What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Tech Vibe, where we dig into the latest tech so you know what to expect and whether to hold off or make the jump. Today I'm breaking down everything we think we know about the upcoming MacBook Pro M5 release date, upgrades, new features, so you can see if it's worth your hype. Imagine combining the power of the current MacBook Pro and then pushing it just a bit more. Faster chip, possibly new display tech, better battery efficiency. If rumors are to be believed, the M5 version might not be a revolutionary redesign, but it could offer enough refinements to matter. So let's walk through what's likely coming, what might be wishful thinking, and whether this could be your next Mac. Rumor mills and analysts point to early 2026 as the most probable window for the MacBook Pro M5's launch. While Apple typically updates the Pro line in autumn, sources suggest this time things may shift, delays in production, supply chain issues, or maybe strategic timing with other product launches could push the update into January or thereabouts. If you're planning to buy soon, that timing could be key. Buying the current M4 now versus waiting for the M5 depends heavily on what the extra performance or features will bring. The biggest story is the chip, the M5. It's expected to be built on a refined 3nm process, possibly TSMC's N3P, giving better power efficiency and performance per watt compared to the M4 line. Some leaks suggest a 15 to 25% performance boost in certain tasks, especially for AI workloads, rendering, and heavy multitasking. For users doing pro video, 3D, or development work, that could translate to meaningful improvement. On the GPU side, improvements are likely but maybe modest, more cores, better thermal headroom, but perhaps not a giant leap unless paired with cooling upgrades. There's also talk of upgraded webcams. The new model may adopt a compact camera module, CCM, likely supplied by Sunny Optical, which could allow a more efficient, slimmer camera implementation. That might reduce bezel size, or allow better image quality in low light. Combined with updated mics and possibly better webcam software processing, it could be a nice bump for video calls, streaming, etc. On display tech, major changes are more likely held for the next full redesign, M6, but some incremental improvements are rumored. We might see slightly improved brightness, better color calibration, maybe upgraded mini LED panels, if not yet OLED. Rumors of a hole-punch camera instead of the notch have floated, but it's unclear whether that applies to M5 or gets deferred to later models. Also, Wi-Fi 7 support is a possibility, bringing faster, more stable wireless connectivity for heavy file transfers or cloud workflows. In terms of ports and connectivity, the expectation is that Apple will mostly retain current ports, Thunderbolt/USB-C, perhaps MagSafe if they decide to keep it, but may tweak internal thermal design to handle more intense workloads. Cellular or built-in 5G is less likely in this refresh, although some reports suggest Apple is exploring cellular Mac options in future. Design-wise, not too many radical shifts with M5. Apple seems poised to keep the existing chassis for now, so physical design, thickness, weight won't change dramatically. But they may refine internal cooling, maybe use better thermal materials, possibly thinner bezels or lighter lid design, depending on display panel. Build quality is likely to match Apple's usual premium standard: aluminum enclosure, high durability, consistent keyboard, trackpad, speakers. Looking at power and efficiency, the M5 chip and refined process node promise better battery life, especially under moderate workloads, browsing, productivity, video playback. The gains might be less under sustained heavy loads due to heat, but even small improvements in idle, standby, and light tasks make a difference. Charging speeds are not expected to change much. Apple usually keeps the same charging power or makes small tweaks. Don't expect ultra-fast charging here, but perhaps better battery management, smarter thermal throttling, and longer longevity. What about new features? Users are hoping for more AI-centric performance, faster machine learning cores, better on-device processing, improved experience for things like voice recognition, image processing, maybe even live transcription. Enhanced webcam software, noise reduction, sharper detail, is likely. There's possibility of improved audio, microphones, maybe better speakers, but probably not as dramatic as display or chip upgrades. One interesting hook: if the M5 is what some call the ultimate version of the current design, then if you like your current MacBook Pro form factor, this might be the best version before a more radical redesign. So for many, upgrading to M5 makes more sense than waiting for M6, depending on what you want. Still, some things may stay the same. The keyboard, trackpad, overall layout may not change. The notch for the webcam might remain unless the rumor of a hole-punch camera is real for M5, which is uncertain. Display remains mini LED in many rumors, with OLED likely deferred. Also, price hikes are probable. New chip process, more efficient internals usually cost more. Whether the performance gains justify that cost is something to weigh. Now, comparing to what's available, the current M4 MacBook Pros are already quite capable. For many users, unless you push GPU-, CPU-, or AI workloads heavily, the current generation might hit all your needs. So deciding to wait for M5 depends heavily on your use case. If you're editing video, doing rendering, development, AI workloads, then the extra efficiency and processing power could be worth a few months' wait. If you're doing lighter work, the current ones may still be more than enough. Let's talk about some of the risks and what to watch out for. First, whenever Apple moves to a new process node, early yields and thermal design can cause issues, fans kicking in, heat throttling, or performance not matching ideal claims. If Apple doesn't adjust cooling or internal layout smartly, the chip's potential could be limited. Second, new features like updated camera modules or Wi-Fi 7 support might be region-limited at first, or might come with trade-offs, like higher cost, battery drain under certain conditions. Third, price. If Apple raises entry price significantly, many users might just stick with M4 or consider alternative Macs. And supply chain delays could push release later than expected. In terms of value, the M5 MacBook Pro is likely to be a safe upgrade for those who need more power now, while still using a mature design. For creatives, developers, power users who push hardware, it could represent a noticeable jump. But for general users, students, web dev, office work, the cost-to-benefit ratio might be smaller. So if your current MacBook Pro, M3 or M4, serves you adequately, waiting for M6 might make more sense if you care about display overhaul, design shakeups, etc. If all goes well, the final verdict I'm leaning toward is, MacBook Pro M5 is not going to be a revolution, but for lots of users it may be the best version of the current design, like the peak of this generation before Apple pushes display tech and design more dramatically. It's going to improve performance, offer better efficiency, probably bring Wi-Fi 7, better webcam module, modest display tweaks, maybe slight changes in weight or cooling. But you likely won't see radical visual design changes, OLED displays, or touch input until later models. Thanks for watching Tech Vibe. If you found this breakdown useful, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on the full coverage when Apple finally drops this M5 MacBook Pro. Drop a comment. Which feature are you hoping Apple nails the most with the M5 chip, display, or something else entirely?